Hello, students. Today we'll talk about how can we write an opinion essay. Now we are on page student book, page 37 on directions B1. Now let's start with speaking part. Let's talk about healthy lifestyle here, and we have two questions. Do you think most teenagers have a healthy lifestyle? And do you think you have a healthy lifestyle? Now, what it requires to be healthy? Let's think. Now we can talk on this video. So I'll open some ideas for you. Now maybe these days we are at home, but we are eating healthy foods. And as you see here, avoiding stress, exercising regularly, getting plenty of fresh air, keeping fit, and socializing with friends. Yes, so these makes healthy lifestyle. Now, we have a task below. Let's read this task together. What two different elements does the task contain? Now, please pause the video and read this task. Okay, now at first there is the first element here is the writer describe the problem. So there is a problem here. What is it? Teachers don't get enough exercise. And secondly, there is a suggestion here. The writer suggests ways of solving this problem. Here you can see it. Now, after reading this task, we had an example essay here. Now, you will pause the video and read this essay. And while reading, you will answer these questions. What is the writer's opinion about the problem? And how many solutions does she propose here? Let's read it, please. Okay. As you see in this text and essay, of course, there are two problems. What are these problems? The first is lack of outdoor activities. Second problem is unhealthy diet. Okay. And also, there are two solutions for these problems. The first solution is improving the quality of food in the school canteens, and the second solution is free membership to local sports facilities. Yes. Now, before writing opinion essay, we need to learn some strategies. How can we write an opinion essay? Here. Now, at first, let's talk about the layout of your essay. You need to divide your essay into an introduction, main body, and conclusion part. So let's look at the example essay here. The first one is introduction part, and there are two main body paragraphs here, and in these paragraphs, what do? We'll tell soon. And the last paragraph is the conclusion paragraph. So we need an introduction paragraph, main body paragraphs, and conclusion paragraphs. And second strategy, if the task has more than one element, deal with them in different paragraphs within the main body. Okay. And please use formal language. And lastly, support your opinions with evidence or examples. So you will tell evidence or you will give examples. Okay. Now let's pause the video again and go back to the essay, read it again, and let's answer this question. Does the writer follow all of the advice in this writing strategy? And let's talk about examples. Read it, please. Okay. Does the writer follow all of the advice here? Yes. Because the first advice is dividing your essay into an introduction, main body, and conclusion. So we see an introduction paragraph here, 2 main body paragraphs, and we need a conclusion. What about second strategy? Second one, okay, yes, because here it deals with the causes, okay, and suggests solutions. Yes, so in the second paragraph, in main body part here, in the second paragraph, she deals with the causes. In the third paragraph, the writer suggests some solutions for these problems. And what about third one? Using formal language. Yes. How do we understand it? We have some expressions to make the language formal while writing essays. For example, here the writer uses furthermore. Okay. Furthermore, this is an example of formal language. And also, what's more here? This is an example of formal language. What about 4? Strategy 4. Yes, we can see the examples of this strategy 4. The writer supports opinions with evidence and examples. How do we understand it? For example, the writer says, what I propose, yes, and I would strongly recommend, here you see it. These are the examples of this writer. Okay, now except for this essay, I'll show you another example of an opinion essay. Yes, let's look at this. This is an example from one of my students last year. Now let's look into his essay. There is a title here. And let's look at the first paragraph. It is the introduction paragraph. Let's read it. These days, it's widely believed that watching series or movies is useful for students. Is watching series or movies are useful for us? If it is useful, watching series and movies are useful for whom? Okay, this is the writer's introduction paragraph. So he tells about the general thing and he talks about the problem. Now, please look at the red paragraphs. Here, there are 2 main body paragraphs. In the second one, the writer tells about his opinions and tells about the benefits of watching series and films. And in the second main body paragraph here, the writer gives examples and supports his ideas. Now pause the video and please start reading this example essay. It goes on. Here, this is the second main body paragraph, and we see the examples and evidence for these ideas. And as you will see here, the last part is conclusion paragraph. Here, the writer summarizes his ideas. Okay? Yes. Now let's go back to our page again. Okay, now we need some key phrases, some useful phrases to write our opinion essays better. And why do we use these phrases? The first part is introducing our opinions. Second part is introducing other people's opinions. Third part is making an additional point. And fourth part is introducing proposals and solutions. And the fifth part is conclusion part. Now we have some phrases here. Please pause the video and try to put these words into these blanks. Okay, now let's start with introducing your opinions. How can you tell your ideas while you're writing your opinion essay? I strongly believe that. And the second one is, here the first blank is, in my opinion. Second one is, it seems to me that. Third one is, as I see it. Four is, in my view. And second part, how can we introduce other people's ideas while writing our essay? So let's check them. It's a widely held view that. And sixth one, it's often said that. Seventh one, it's a common belief that. And eighth one is most people agree that. Third part, making an additional point. Now let's check the answers. One solution might be to blah blah. And what about 12th one? What I propose is that. And 13, I would strongly recommend that. 14, it's vital that. And 15, in order to tackle this problem, I suggest that. And lastly, how can we finish our opinion essays? You will use these phrases. To sum up, and in conclusion, or to conclude. Okay, now I will open the Turkish meanings of these phrases for you. Please pause the video and check the meanings. Yes, you see all the Turkish meanings of these phrases here. Okay, before finishing this lesson, we have a task here again. Now, please pause the video again, read this task, and think your answers for these questions. Which sports do you do at school, and how often do you do them? Are there other subjects that are more important than sport? Which ones? Why? How could more sport be added to the school timetable without affecting other subjects? Let's pause the video and think your answers. Okay, now it's your turn. You will look at this task and you will think about your answers for these questions and you will write your essays for us. Now, to summarize to the lesson, how do I write an opinion essay? First, I write an introduction paragraph. Then, I need main body paragraphs. In these main body paragraphs, I'll tell the problem and I'll tell the solutions and also I'll tell my examples and I'll give some evidence for these things. And in the last paragraph, I'll summarize my essay and I'll finish my essay. Now, dear students, you learned how to write an opinion essay. Please read the task and follow the strategies and write your essays for us. See you again in the other lessons.